Would you guys go to space?
Yes.
I feel like I would, yeah. Well, okay,
Cool.
well, what are my tools here? Do I have the training to go? Am I just going to space?
Well,
am I just floating in space?
Where am I going in space? Space
what's
is big.
happening?
I guess let's start with the most accessible option. So, oh shit, what's it called?
NASA?
Blue Horizon?
Oh, is that the one where Jeff Bezos?
I think the name of it is Blue Horizon.
I think so too.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos' new space tourism rocket. It's not new, really, but
is it like available?
Yeah,
Can
I was
anyone
gonna just
pay
look
for
it
one?
up.
anyone can pay to go. I think it's millions of dollars
Well, yeah,
to do so. And it
especially with gas prices now.
barely gets you into space.
Really?
I mean, I think they've only done 2 launches that I know about.
One of them was with Jeff Bezos, the other one was with William Shatner, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And it's only the tip of space, huh? You just put the
Blue
tip in?
Origin.
Blue Origins. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think Blue Horizons is a video game.
I think you're thinking of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Blue Origins is the name of... I don't know anything. But yeah, so they basically launch a rocket up, and then the very tip of it, at like the crest of that rocket's flight path, the very tip of it detaches, and the momentum basically carries you just over the precipice of what is scientifically categorized as space.
That was very erotic. Just
I
the tip,
really don't
just
think.
shooting it up there, just the precipice.
Just amongst the precipice of what global scientists have defined as spatial exploration.
So technically, you are an astronaut. Technically,
And you become an astronaut for about 60 seconds.
can you imagine if you died in space?
That'd be cool.
That would be the fucking way to go.
Right?
Do you like the Alien franchise at all?
I have not played it.
It makes me want to die in space.
Like in the void or like shredded by monsters.
Like in the end of the game when like all of the aliens are like crawling around and chasing you and you're like in the spacesuit, like I want them to like come up behind me and like rip my head off and I just like get thrown off into the atmosphere.
I respect that.
Can I propose another way to die in space?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Always.
I would love to just float. Just float within the cosmos and die of starvation or oxygen.
Until your
like that.
oxygen
See, but
runs
that's
out.
not how it works. You would explode instantaneously.
Oh, you have a suit on.
Yeah, I'm talking about the suit.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. No, I'm not just in the vacuum of space thinking like, this is it, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
gonna
do
see
this until I
everything.
die of starvation.
This is the ultimate suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would like, I'd wear an astronaut suit, like pretty much like Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
I've never seen
Yeah.
Gravity, but like, just
Yeah. I'll just get launched. I'll just die out there.
yeah. And
And
then some weird futuristic spaceship will find my body, and they'll be like, "Huh."
they'll bring you back.
They'll bring me back. You
And
think
they'll
they'll bring
be
me?
like, huh.
If they brought me back, I'd be like, just send me back out there, man. I don't want to come back.
They probably would bring you back. I think that, well, I think in alien lore, if you like find
Mhm.
someone or like a crash ship or something, you have like a duty to recover it if you can.
That's fair.
Recover in what way? Like bring
Just like bring it home.
it. Mm.
Like if you find a body, I think it's
That's fair.
That's a bad idea in the alien lore. I mean, people are infected by...
well, yeah, but I
Alien
think
hosts
that
all the
like
time.
as an astronaut, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like in every sci-fi like astronaut-y movie I've ever seen,
Yeah.
it's always like if you see that there's something out there, like you have to at least check on it.
Totally. And recover the cargo and check through all that
Right.
shit. Make sure it wasn't anything important.
Right.
Have you guys
Totally
ever
makes
seen
sense.
the movie Life?
No.
Oh,
I heard
nuh-uh.
Wasn't it bad?
It was not good. So yes, it was bad. But that reason alone, I wouldn't bring any sort of like something I didn't recognize onto the ship.
Yeah.
Unless it was like on a planet and like that was my job. Like I had to go
Right.
get some samples of rocks or whatever, of soil, da-da-da. But like something floating in space and I feel like I see it like moving just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, no.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm staying out there.
Yeah, that's fair.
See, that's the horrible part about living in the world we do now is there's no confirmation of like alien life. So you get out into space and you find a box and you're like, well, obviously there's no aliens in it.
Can I ask you guys another question? Do you guys believe in aliens?
100%.
I do too.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm really glad that we all can establish that. Like, yeah, the probability of aliens not existing is so fucking low.
Yeah.
And whenever anyone's like, yeah, aliens don't exist, I'm like, guys, come on.
I mean, considering just the fact that, like, bacteria on another planet counts, there's no fucking way that there's not a planet out there that doesn't have some sort of life.
Yeah, it makes sense. And, like, also, like, the fact that we're here, for me, that's like, yeah, because, like, what was I don't know the probability, but, like, the probability is high for us to, like, just die, you know?
Right.
Like, again, like, don't quote me this. I know we're barely far enough away from the sun where it's not
catastrophic.
it's not putting us on fire,
right?
You know,
yeah. The fact that, like, yes, our planet is the right distance from the sun, and yeah, maybe those chances are slim, but our solar system is one of, like, thousands in just our galaxy, and our galaxy is one of billions. And so, like, when you just even thinking about those numbers, like, there has to be a planet out there that has met some sort of conditions. I mean, the conditions for life could be anything elsewhere. You know, we're carbon based, and so all this stuff worked out for us. But on another planet, if there could be, like, diamonds are also carbon based. I was going to say diamond creatures, but
I believe in Fox Mulder.
The truth is out there.
Sometimes it's hard to swallow.
You're telling me.
Sometimes other things are hard to swallow too. And pause for Room Tone.
Welcome back to Room Tone Podcast. I'm Austin Swain, and I know what you're thinking. Austin's a girl's name. No pun intended.
I don't think it is.
Okay, no.
Is Austin a girl name?
It can be.
Yeah, it's
from a fucking movie.
Son of a bitch.
The girl who
God damn it.
The girl who served us at Panda Express, her name was Austin.
Yeah.
And it was pretty exciting because you and me, two Austins were in the car. It was like
it felt like an orgy of Austins. I felt like that was about to happen.
Yeah, I felt like if we would have touched, we probably would have
exploded.
Yeah.
Oh
no. Yeah, like had some sort of paradoxical failure.
Yeah, I think that 3 Austins of different genders
cannot touch.
Yeah.
Are we all different?
Yeah, the woman at Panda Express, you male, and me,
whatever you are,
gentle indoor woman.
Yeah.
You Zale.
What is that from?
What? My reference?
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, and the reason I'm referencing this movie.
Sorry.
God, it's just the way you talk just pisses me off so much.
That was funny. What movie is that from? Well, I'll tell you. Okay. You have yet to
All right, you could. Do you think you can?
You guys don't. I love that you have guessed this movie almost every time I've done a reference.
Is it Rat Race?
It's from Rat Race.
I fucking knew it.
Funny.
What?
When?
So Austin isn't the name that's like, oh, that's a girl's name.
No.
What's the name that's originally
Oh, right.
So that line is from when Rowan Atkinson's character introduces himself, and he plays this, like, deep Nepalese, like, broken English drifter character, Italian guy. And so he walks into the room. Hello, my name is Enrico Pellini. Now I know what you are thinking. Enrico is a girl's name. No pun intended.
That's
incredible. And they're like, what pun is that?
It really threw me off that you said Austin.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Yeah, I try to
I respect
mix it up.
though.
You try to keep it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the reason I bring that movie up is it is kind of my opening argument as to why our main character should be a part of the story.
My name is Maddie, and I had a dream last night about Aaron McGeehee, aka Danger Aaron.
Oh my god, what was that dream about?
It was like I had a dream about, like, the Jackass guys, but it was like if Jackass was an actual, like, movie, like a drama.
Oh.
And Aaron died. It was very sad. But
that makes sense. I feel like if anyone was gonna die, it would be Aaron.
Yeah. He also seems to be made of stone, so I don't know.
That's true. He's bulletproof.
My name is Austin Arpeza. I'm an amateur filmmaker. I've mentioned this movie before on the podcast. Everything Everything. Oh no.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
There we go. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That just came out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the movie just released, and I just found that out, and I'm really excited to check it out because the Daniels made that. So
it looks insane.
I'll put this in there for viewer engagement. Anyone who goes sees that movie, leave a comment and let us know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, give us a review.
Yeah, and if we want to add a little bit of flavor, tell us what you think about any of the Daniels art pieces because they're all very wild. You can look that up at thedaniels.com. I will put a link for people to check out.
Yeah, they're a zany couple of creators.
They are, and they are very. It's crazy how practical they want to be with their special effects, and how unpractical it looks on camera. Like it's very weird, and like they definitely have like their own style, which I don't know. Like I it's hard for me to like describe that style.
Right. Yeah, I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah,
me too. They just have fun.
Oh, and I heard it got 10 out of 10 on IGN.
Yeah, it's getting really good reviews.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
And it's a multiverse movie too, which is like wild because I feel like that's been kind of like a running theme this past year with Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, the
new Flash movie is going to be multiverse. Based. Blue's Clues. I mean, like it's not multiverse, but like. All three Steves are gonna, or not Steves, but like all three like main characters are gonna make their own movie. What's your definition of the meaning of the universe? Like, what's your meaning? Because I feel like there's, I know that's such a loaded question, and I was thinking about this the other day because I was watching a movie and I forgot what movie it was, and they were talking about like the universe and like what the meaning is, and just really sitting back, I was thinking like, is there really a meaning though? Like. I feel like we're just like in a cosmic ball of randomness and like we're all here by chance. And then I also think, but like, why can't there be your own personal meaning? You know, like what's the meaning of your universe? Everyone has a different reality. And, you know, I am curious to hear what's important to you guys.
DILFs? DILFs and cheese, I think.
I respect it.
I don't think there's really any other fucking point.
I guess like more so like I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm asking because I think
I know what you're asking. I think that's just my answer.
Like, that's fine. DILFs and cheese. If that's all,
I think that's all that matters.
That's cool.
I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Otherwise, nothing.
It's a loaded question. Yeah.
Like I truly believe that there's like. No like purpose for us. Like I don't think we're like here for a reason. I don't think we're gonna create something that changes.
But I guess like I've been trying to find like what is my reason, because I feel like everyone needs one. Everyone needs their rolling boulder to roll up the hill, you know. And I guess like I used to think that like my reason to live is like filmmaking, which like. It's my passion and it's something I really want to do, but I don't think it's my reason to live. Like it's not like if I lost my ability to make films, I could still watch films.
Right.
And I think I'd be content with it.
Right.
I still want to do it. It's still something that interests me. It's not my reason to live.
For sure. Well, let me ask you this. What does making or watching films do for you?
It gives me a sense of order in the world. I feel like you're watching these like experiences or these stories and like you know that there is going to be an end at some point, and that's what I really enjoy about it. I feel like there are times in my life whenever like I go through struggles, it just feels like it's never going to end, and that's where I get like stuck in that loop.
Yeah.
So like that, yeah, that sense of closure, sense
of resolution, and also just like. I don't know, sense of like being able to see a different perspective.
Yeah.
On the world. I feel like a lot of like the lessons I learn in life do like come from movies. And maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like I feel like I've learned just because like I can't see something within my horizon doesn't mean it's not there. And I feel like movies have opened me up to that like mindset.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I'm certainly no psychologist or philosopher or anyone with really any credibility. But from my perspective, it sounds like what movies and filmmaking do for you are they offer a sense of comfort and a sense of enlightenment. And so maybe there's a sense of that is what you see in the world as good. And maybe that is linked to what your purpose is making life comfortable and enlightening for the people around you. Whether that's through filmmaking as one of your tools or just through you being a chill ass dude.
I don't know what to say to that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I agree. I feel like that makes sense.
That's how it sounds on my end.
And I think that makes sense. But
what's your purpose?
Yeah, what's your purpose?
I don't think I can top DILFs and cheese.
I don't think there's anything more.
I definitely can't top DILFs, that's for damn sure.
That's fair.
The twink versus the DILF.
Yeah.
The endless struggle.
Yeah. When an immovable force meets an unstoppable twink.
Yeah.
It generates a lot of power.
Back to the meaning of life.
Well, hold on. Let's discuss. No,
power bottoms.
Back to the meaning of life.
I don't know. I agree that we're all just kind of like a bunch of monkeys on a space rock. You know? And so I think there is a lot of just kind of chaos and nothingness as far as like, I mean, I don't really believe in destiny or God.
Let's just throw that out there.
What's everyone's religious affiliation?
Yeah, let's really get into this. Not to say I haven't thought about this, and I think the worst answer I've come up with is that a person's purpose in life is to find their purpose in life, and then just do that to the best of their ability.
I feel like that's true, though. I feel like there's validity in that, and that goes back to like the whole finding your boulder to push up the hill. Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess I want to know what's your boulder.
I think that's just kind of the human experience is searching for purpose. I think that's what happens when you get too many intelligent beings and just throw them into an empty timeline. They're like, true. Well, what are we doing here?
And then everyone else is like, let's speed up this timeline.
Let's get this shit over with.
Let's destroy this goddamn world.
Yeah. But as far as my own boulder, I mean, I think this is what I want my purpose to be, and it's what brings me the most joy. And I mean, I just want to make people happy.
Well, you do a good job at that.
I mean, I just want to be a positive force in this world, and just whatever impacts I can make, they are just overall positive. I improve people's lives and I improve the world around me in whatever ways that I can.
Do you have a specific moment in your life where that snapped, that thought process kind of aligned with yourself of like, you know what, this is my goal in life, or at least just the general vibe I want to give off?
I don't know if this is totally true, but I can say so.
Are you going to say me? No, probably not. Maybe, though.
Kinda. I mean, yeah, kinda.
Yeah, kinda.
I won't leave you in suspense. Yeah, kinda.
Nice.
For the listeners who don't know me very well,
for the listeners who don't know me very well, here's my entire history.
Well, yeah.
Share whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, for the listeners who don't know me very well, I was an alcoholic for a while. My college days were rough, and I was blackout drunk like 4 days a week, and I was in a lot of ways not really fun to be around, and but for a long time that didn't really matter to me because I was doing what I was doing and it was working for me and I was having a great time being a dumbass. But what finally turned me around to not doing that, and what finally like flipped that switch of I need to fix this was that outside perspective, was seeing the people in my life that I was hurting. And yeah, that was when Maddie and I had kind of just got together and had just, started kind of building a life and building a greater relationship. And I knew that I was hurting the people around me. And I think that is kind of when I flipped that switch of, we are here for ourselves, yes, but I need to be improving the lives of the people around me in order to feel good about myself.
Yeah.
You're very good at it.
And I've been sober for 4 years now.
Fuck awesome. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy to think about. I never thought that was your moment. Because I met you during the cusp of that event. And I've always thought you were like a positive like energy and vibe. I thought like you had like a moment even earlier, like back in like high school where you're like, I want to be good for people. And like, yeah, no. So like I
think you're just inherently good. So that comes out. Yeah,
that's fair. And I mean, and so maybe it was, like those addictions in my life that usurped that like inherent goodness and made me forget about it. And it wasn't until I kind of realized, like there's a darkness in me that's hiding what I truly want to be. And that's important to like let out. And so I have to fight this and reclaim.
That makes sense.
Conquer and devour.
We'll be posting this on Instagram, but a couple episodes ago, we talked about my sister Jordan, who does listen to us, and we gave her a prompt. We gave her a challenge to send us a picture of something yellow. And not long after, I got a text early in the morning of a banana.
I remember you showed me that at work, and you were like, look at this. Yeah. And like you gave me no context, and I'm like,
it's a banana.
What yeah.
I'm like, doesn't this make you happy?
Yeah, you're like, I got this photo in this morning, and I'm like, that's so cool, dude.
That's picture.
A great photo of a banana.
No, but I was so excited to see it. We got people out there listening to us and sending us fun pictures. So yeah, we'll be sharing that on the Instagram. And if you want to get shouted out in an episode and send us weird pictures.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram. Let us know how you feel.
Yeah.
So we just ran into an old college buddy of ours named Luke, who tells us that he's also listening to the show and is having a great time. And so, yeah, he
told me every time he hears our podcast, he misses when we play D&D together.
Yeah, Luke was in one of our old D&D campaigns, and we ran into him, and he's been listening to the show.
All right, I know Luke's challenge. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Luke, when you hear this, send us a pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it, coward. I bet
you won't. Start making this shit work for us.
Yeah. We need some pizza in our life.
Yeah. Can you? Yeah.
Send us a picture of pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke, buddy, pal. When you hear this, send us a picture of pizza. And we will be very happy.
Yeah. Send us a photo of your favorite pizza.
Oh, yeah. Favorite pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So last episode, we made some further progress on really defining the characters of this family. And today we have the last 2 character sheets to round out our little cast of characters.
The hardest ones.
Apparently.
We have left the worst for last.
Well, and
I don't want to say they're the worst.
The hardest time we're having coming up with these characters we've saved for last.
Well, and I feel like in some ways, and I don't know if this was intentional or subliminal, but I feel like we've kind of left at least our main character as a blank slate because we almost want them to kind of reflect the world around them, come in as kind of an impartial third party to this wild world and then watch their reactions and watch their growth. And that's actually why I introed with Rat Race. I'm trying to remember the guy's name because I literally cast him as our main character on episode 1. Brecken Meyer is the actor's name, and he is kind of the main character of Rat Race. The movie opens with him, and I'd say out of the cast of characters, he's the most normal. But the movie becomes about the group as an entirety and about kind of his transformation into how to fit in this crazy world. And you see, I mean, he's this straight cut lawyer. He leaves the bachelor party early to get back to court. And then he's interrupted by like the zany plotline of this movie and ends up ditching work, stealing helicopters, doing crazy shit, all like in reaction to this wild world around him. And I think that like blank slate into growth and also like his incorporation into the whole rest of this family that's on this story is kind of an inspiration for how our dynamic might work out.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I still see like young David Duchovny.
Yeah, I was this close to doing an X-Files reference today because I do want to get back to that like
sassy.
Yeah, just like a sarcastic little shit.
So we started with Donnie, our main character's older brother. He is lawful good and a paladin. He might have a big dong, and his main influences as a character are Schmidt from New Girl, Peacemaker from Peacemaker, and Joey from The Circle. Himbo vibes.
Himbo all day.
And he has a wife. Her name is Nicole. We have her down as chaotic neutral and a rogue. She's a good mom, but she's definitely trying to kill her husband. I think this is a very defining trait of hers, is that murder is cool, and it's better than divorce.
Right.
Didn't we say Kitty from that 70s show?
Oh, I don't see Kitty from that 70s show, although I do see Kitty from Arrested Development. Judy Greer's character.
Yeah, but less of a slut.
Yeah, just kind of like this crazy, obsessive, like weirdo in the corner.
Yeah.
Was she the lawyer?
No, she
Not
was
the
like
lawyer, the assistant.
Yeah, she was the assistant who got her boobs done.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I could see that.
And then those fuckers have a kid named after the great, the one, the only, the Johnny Knoxville. Johnny, the son of Donnie. We have him down as a bad artificer. He's not good at anything. His main personality traits are pale, pathetic, and skinny.
Retweet.
So Johnny Knoxville Brinkman, he's nothing that his dad wants him to be. He's definitively not Spider-Man. And he's very similar to Steve Smith from American Dad. And then we went along to the little sister of the main character, named Lonnie, the only girl of the family. She's cute and small. She's a ranger and a fighter. And she's just always, like, stoned and cool and, like, better than you.
Yep, and she knows it.
And then we have Daddy Ronnie. He's the father. You had written down bard with his friends and fighter with his family. So he's, like...
He's multi-class. He's an entertainer.
He's a multi-class, yeah.
Entertainer, but also has strong values.
Yeah.
And strong opinions.
He's the owner of Tire King.
Yeah, he is the Tire King.
He's the Tire King.
Love that. I forgot about that.
He's accidentally killed by Nicole. That's how he died. And he's full of mystery.
He is.
He comes off a certain way, but boy, will you find out some different things about him.
Yeah.
I think we all will.
Yeah. And then we have Mommy Carol, who's a barbarian.
Fuck yeah.
I love that your personality trait is haggish.
Not the food.
Yeah.
Oh, that's haggis.
I was like, the food.
But she once was a beautiful dancer. She once had her life very together, and now she's just an alcoholic, cold-hearted bitch. I would say some of her main influences are the old ladies in Coraline and, like, Lucille Bluth.
Yeah, for sure.
And today, we have our final two characters, the main character himself, along with his unsuspecting girlfriend.
The new poor girlfriend.
The poor girl.
Should we start with the girlfriend and then end with the main character?
Yeah. Probably.
Sure, yeah, we know more. We know the most about her. And then going into him, we'll know exactly kind of the world that he's diving into. So who are some of the main, like, character influences that we've talked about for her?
Amy from Sex Education.
Right, just kind of this, like, floaty, positive, ditzy.
Yeah, like dumb but sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
See, and I feel like you and I like see this character completely different. I don't see her dumb. I see her a people pleaser. Like I see her as like someone who's like trying to get the approval from everyone around her.
Interesting.
But never like stupid.
No, I don't think she's stupid.
Or I guess like, yeah, dumb. I guess. I don't know. Maybe that is like a level of dumbness. Because I imagine her like going into a scenario where like she knows it's gonna be a little rough.
Yeah.
But she's willing to do it in order to like appease whoever she's with. And, you know, like to an extent, of course.
Yeah, and is like maybe even kind of naive.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe naive is a better word than dumb.
Yeah.
And I also feel like maybe more socially dumb than like book smarts dumb.
Okay.
Like I feel like she just doesn't really like she says things that make everyone else go, what?
Yeah.
Or like, why? What?
That's fair.
Why?
I feel like the interaction between her and Nicole is going to be one of our
strong suits.
One of our strong suits and or one of our strong pairings. And I definitely like the idea of Nicole realizing how timid the girlfriend is and like taking full advantage.
Totally.
Whether that means like being like a therapist for her or revealing like a little too much information. Like, you know what? Maybe one of these days Donnie's going to go and I'm going to run into some, you know, very just like hint stuff about like, you know, hey, I'm trying to kill my husband.
Yeah. You are just dumb enough to be my confidant.
Yes.
Because I just need someone to talk about.
Yeah, because she's really excited to kill her husband.
Oh, yeah.
So I would imagine she's like, hey.
She almost finds herself like justified, even though like even though Donnie hasn't like done anything
right.
like wrong.
Like Donnie doesn't deserve to die.
Not at all.
Maybe deserves like a big swift kick in the nuts, sure. I would say that, but like doesn't deserve to die.
Yeah.
Nicole is just to the extreme, and she's at the end of her rope of trying to be this perfect person for Donnie. Because like
she's crazy.
And she's a little bit crazy. She's a little bit nutty. That's okay, you know. Sometimes we need a little bit of nuts in our salad.
Well put.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I love nuts in my salad. So what should
her perspective on nuts be?
She's for it.
I think she likes nuts.
I think she's a health nut in a way.
Oh, I could see her. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I think she drinks smoothies.
Yeah, with oat milk, never real milk.
Right.
Is she pretentious about her health? Because I can see her as just being like a very casual, like, yeah, I don't eat meat or I don't eat like this type of food because it's just really fatty and I don't vibe with it.
Here's what I do, but you do whatever you want.
Yeah, don't worry. I also brought my own like assortment of nuts, so I'll just eat that or whatever.
I'll just eat my own food.
Yeah. I brought a pound of bacon because I thought you guys might like that. I don't like it, but
I feel like she's very prepared. I feel like she's like.
Does she have a bag that has like everything you'd ever need in it?
Oh my god, that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Like, what if she was like, she's also on the brink, man. She not doomsday prepper, but she's just like overly prepared. Like, oh, we're going out. We're gonna need a blanket. We're gonna need some nuts. We're gonna need some water because we never know when we're gonna need
a Band-Aid.
Oh, well, here's my emergency money in my sock just in case we get robbed.
Yeah,
like just overly prepared.
Yeah, I think
for
she's
anything
very
like dangerous. Yeah.
What is her major?
I think I want to say she's an art major, but I think that's just because I relate too closely to art majors.
I'm so sorry. You can probably hear all my pencil scratches.
I don't want her to be an art major.
That's fine.
Because are we sticking with them meeting in college?
Mm-hmm. Well, at least that's what I thought. It doesn't have to be that. That's what I thought
too, but...
Me too, and we had said that he went to like a long college.
Mm-hmm.
Or lied about going to a long college.
Mm-hmm.
Because I kind of think of him as being like an engineer or something. Like kind of just like I went to school for engineering and now I'm an engineer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of, I don't know.
I can see that.
Maybe.
Engineers are witty.
I guess I saw this character, and like I don't disagree with engineer. In fact, I think that would be a good route to go.
Yeah.
It would make sense for like a practical like mindset. Or not practical, but like methodical. But I guess I always saw like this character as almost like a romantic, and like sees his family as more of like a stuck in their ways, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, very young, very naive, like mindset of like, what my family have taught me there, it doesn't mean anything. Like I'm on my own. I'm doing my own thing. I'm experiencing what life really means. Like almost like discounting their perspective on
and
life.
His upbringing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess I imagine him an art douche because of that.
That's fair.
I mean, I could see him as like a graphic designer or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, she could be anything.
She can.
I mean, I think it's funny if he like says that he went for like was like in medical school or like some sort of like long school and was literally just at like art school. Well, what's her major? Well, I don't know. I don't really know how to go about this. Do we need to know this right now?
No, I just was trying to get a ball rolling on who she is.
I feel like trying to figure out her major would help. Because I feel like these two characters are the ones that we just can't see right now. So, like, what is she? What does she like to do?
Librarian.
Oh, that would be fun. She has a love for books, and she has a love for knowledge, and she keeps it sacred.
What if she writes children's books?
Yeah, I was gonna say she could maybe be like a preschool teacher or something.
I could see that.
Oh, that would be cute.
Yeah,
and that's why she's always prepared.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Should we get her high?
Yeah.
She wasn't prepared for this, man. I think that'd be fun if she just like accidentally got high.
She's probably not going to get high though.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
I feel like the story is still like kind of open for everything.
It is.
Totally.
Yeah, maybe she gets high.
Yeah.
I would like to make the argument she is a bard. She's a people pleaser. Mm-hmm. She is more like charismatic than she is intelligent. Mm-hmm. She's bards are a total support class. You know, they're out here trying to help people, trying to entertain, trying to make the world a good place. That's my opening argument.
I was going to say cleric.
I was just going to say cleric.
Oh, another great support class.
Yeah, I think cleric, and in terms of always being like prepared, like it's very like just like I want to help in any way I can.
Yeah, clerics are definitely more like utility. And yeah, I mean, I could see her as like, I mean, you know, in abstract terms, as a healer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we like go with her being like a younger student teacher, she probably is like a kid lover.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I would say so.
So I would think, yeah, gosh, Bard, like, is she more of the entertainer or more of the healer?
I think she... So if we're going on the path of like, you know, her being a teacher, I think she focuses on education a lot, but also tries to make it fun. Yeah. So I guess, God, that does say Bard. That does say Bard, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like cleric.
Yeah.
I do. You know, they're very utility, healing. And I mean, a bard cleric would be a crazy subclass.
Yeah, I mean, she could be both.
Definitely something I want to explore.
I guess that would like make sense if we multi-classed her to be a bard cleric, with her wanting to be the support. Like it's never like a burden for her, and like that's very much her goal, is to support our main character through this like trying time whenever she realizes the trying time.
Right.
You know.
I think we should decide on one though.
Okay.
Between bard and cleric.
I think cleric then.
Yeah,
I think so too. I think that's great.
I think her main goal is just to make sure everyone is okay.
Yeah.
She's like you, Austin. She just wants to make sure everybody is happy and has Band-Aids. I love Band-Aids, by the way.
You do.
Do you love Band-Aids?
I don't even remember the last time I put on a Band-Aid.
God, I love Band-Aids.
I hate Band-Aids.
I hate Band-Aids when they're around my fingers.
Oh yeah, my goodness. That's like my favorite thing in the world.
To me, that's the worst.
Funny. Any other fellow Band-Aid lovers out there?
Comment down below. Tell us your favorite Band-Aid. Show us your favorite Band-Aid.
Tell me about your favorite Band-Aid story.
Tell me your favorite place on your body to put a Band-Aid. Mine's my knees.
Your knees? How often are you scraping your knees?
Never.
Oh.
Never. I just wish I always had Band-Aids on my knees.
Can I ask, what is it about Band-Aids that you really enjoy?
They make you look tough.
They do make you look pretty tough.
Yeah, but now when you buy dinosaur Band-Aids.
Fuck you! I look tough as hell with my dinosaur Band-Aids.
Have you seen a T-Rex, dude? That's
Yeah.
like the toughest thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Band-Aids are just a way to, like, show that something happened to you. And they're just kind of like, I don't know. I'm all about, like, the little flavor of, like, outfits. Hence why I have a million fucking tattoos. Like, I'm all about just, like, throwing a Band-Aid somewhere.
I would love to see you start accessorizing your outfits with Band-Aids.
Band-Aids? Okay.
Can I tell you how that could also be a fun plot point for a character? Like, what if, like, we had, like, a sequence of, like, him getting ready in the morning or whatever, and you see just kind of like a faded wound on his arm, and you see him put, like, a Band-Aid over it, and like his girlfriend's like,
Stop using all my Band-Aids.
yeah, like, you know that doesn't need a Band-Aid anymore. Like, it's healed, or it's healed enough where, like, it's fine.
Right.
He's like, I just like to make sure, and like that's kind of like his, like, arc is, like, learning to rip that Band-Aid and to embrace whatever is underneath it.
Like, maybe it's a scar. Like, maybe it's a scar
Yeah,
that, like,
it's like a
him
scar.
and his brother got as kids or something, and he's, like, trying to hide that
He
past.
always puts it on. Yeah, because he's just like, you know what? Maybe I don't want anything to happen to it. I don't know.
That's deep.
Just our last shot of the film is him just ripping
Ripping off the
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid. Literally a metaphor,
Yeah.
metaphor, like, ripping the Band-Aid to, like, this. Like, yeah,
Right.
I'm here. I'm ready to let go of past traumas and
that's
just
fair.
move forward in my life. That could be our character's, like, gruff. It's like he's constantly thinking of, like, the past and constantly thinking of, like, how he was wrong.
Yeah, he's hung up on it.
Yeah.
I think that I feel like we say that every episode, so I think that's
kind of the
probably
vibe.
the vibe for
Yeah.
him, which I know we're not talking about him, but, like, yeah, I feel like he is kind of set in the past and is unwilling to allow anything to change.
So our character's set in the past, and then also is, like, denying that he's set in the past.
Right.
Like, he's like, no, I'm moving on. My life is great. I'm doing all these cool things. He's like, yeah, but you're still wearing the Band-Aid. Why are you still wearing the Band-Aid?
Yeah, what are you hiding from?
Band-Aid,
Yeah,
bro.
like, yeah, it's a scar now.
Yeah.
It's a part of you.
Yeah.
Quit trying to hide it.
We're a part of you. So she's a teacher.
She's a teacher. She's
Yeah.
a cleric. She's prepared. She's a people pleaser. I was halfway through writing down timid when you said it the first time, but then I just had the scene play out in my head where someone's like, I don't know, maybe it's the mom is like, ugh, potatoes are done or whatever, and this character now is like, oh, I'll get them. Like, I'm here. I'll help.
Yeah.
Like, very just kind of like is ready to jump into those situations, like, to be helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
And so I think timid is maybe not the right box to put her in.
I could see that. I could see her just being very helpful and always wanting to put on, not necessarily put on a good face, but, like, wants to be that, like, source of light in people's lives.
To the
Right.
point of extroversion.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a word, but I like it.
Well, and I think that she cares more about this evening going well than the main character does.
Sure,
I
for
could see
sure.
that.
So I think she's willing to, like,
So
kind
do
of
you-
make up for him being a dick.
Oh, are you guys ready for like a little plot point?
Yes.
What if she's the one who got the call from Donnie, but, like, she knows how he is about, like, the family, and, like, she feels like if she just outright told him, he would have a struggle processing it rather than just throwing him into the mix of, like, the party, or, like,
Gosh,
the
that
event.
feels nefarious.
That does feel nefarious. I don't know. It's an idea. It's a thought.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Maybe
Gosh,
that's
I have no idea how we're gonna get them there.
maybe that's a little bit of her fault too. Is like she takes things and she just kind of assumes they're right because they're her ideas. You know,
Sure.
where she's like, "Yep, no, this is, like, the right way to do it."
Right. But see, I don't think that the family knows that he has a girlfriend.
Right.
That's true. That's fair.
But I mean, Donnie
They-
could call the house,
The house.
and she answers, and he's like,
Mhm.
"Oh shit, hey,
yeah.
who are you?
Can you let?
Right.
Can you? We're doing a thing this weekend." She goes, "All right, there's a thing."
Yeah.
There is also the idea still of, like, the
Wait.
main character and Donnie are planning the funeral together
Yeah.
and, like, showing the reaction to him finding out that his father's dead via flashbacks throughout the day.
I honestly don't think we even need to come up with a reason why he's there. I think we can totally just like, sorry, go.
I don't either, but what I just kind of came to is maybe if Donnie ends up talking to her, and he doesn't really know her, but wants to connect with his brother, and he just kind of says, hey, the family's doing a thing this weekend. Can you please let my brother know to call me back? I got to talk to him about it. Nice to meet you over the phone or whatever. And just kind of like leaves it at that. Like, hey, there's a thing this weekend. Please have him call me back. Stranger. And she kind of takes it as, hey, the family's doing a thing. Let's go. This can all even kind of be, off screen basically, but she hears a thing, says, hey, your family's doing a thing. I think it'd be great for you to go. And he goes, oh, okay, cool. Never calls back Donnie and just shows up at the house. And Donnie's like, oh, I didn't know you guys were coming. I never heard back from you. Surprise, it's a funeral.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, maybe that can be like the lack of communication is because the girlfriend never really passed along the full message and just kind of was like, okay, cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we can keep that in our back pockets.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It's very hard. It's like when we played the other night. Like, if nobody wants to do anything, then they're just not going to do anything. Like, if I was the main character, how I'm picturing the main character, I just straight up wouldn't ever go.
Right.
So it's like, what forced this time to be the time?
Maybe it's his cleric girlfriend who's like, hey, I think that we could do some healing. I think that this feels right.
That's fair.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what? I got you by my side. It's been a long time. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's fair. And maybe that's just a darling that needs to be killed. Of
What?
This, like, feeling like he wouldn't ever go on my end.
Sure.
Like, maybe that's just something I need to let go of.
Sure. Yeah, maybe, over the years he's been considering wanting to, like, move on from the past.
Right.
I feel like we can really play with, like, the girlfriend overhelping and, like, overstepping a boundary. I think that would be a really fun opportunity to show that even though she is kind of like, hey, I'm just trying to be helpful in any way I can, there's levels to her where she's kind of a bad person. Not bad person, but like she made some bad calls.
Right.
And I feel like everyone in this short film has. Like, they're not necessarily bad people. They just made some really bad calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so naive that like her being helpful doesn't super work out.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I could see it where like Donnie, in fact, we can literally do a combination of everything we've talked about where like Donnie was supposed to invite him into the funeral. He told the family he has. During like the service, he realizes, oh, this is feeling kind of wrong that he's not here. Let me call him, let's get him to the dinner. Calls the main character talks to the girlfriend about this, and the girlfriend's like, you know what, I think we should go. I think it's time to heal, Right. I feel like you've been really holding against this, blah, 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 blah. And our main character feeling like he's in a corner where like there's like these two entities like pushing him to go to this like dinner that he gets so frustrated. He's like, fine, I'll go. Right. And because the girlfriend overstepped the boundary when they find out that it's like a dinner for a funeral, that's when like there's conflict between those two now too. Right. Where it's like, you made me come here. Yeah. I didn't want to be here.
Yeah. Yeah. And now my father is dead and nobody even told me.
Even like that, like, yeah, exactly. That could be his logic. Like, now my father's dead.
All thanks to you.
Yeah, she did nothing.
But like, I feel like it's more of like, my father died and they didn't even call me to tell me.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's what he's angry about. But like he redirects that
at her
because he's like, and now my father's like, what? Oh, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Your father was already dead.
Yeah, your father died. Move on.
Yeah, move on. Get over it. You just found out 2 hours ago.
I can see that.
Like that's the purpose. And like that's how we cause that shift. And like she in her head's like, okay, you know what? I need to give him a little bit of space right now because he's angry towards me and I'm not cool with this. Yeah. And then she finds Nicole and Nicole's like, what up, motherfucker?
Yeah. Let's do some crazy shit.
Shit. I don't think that like the main character and his girlfriend probably have a lot of interaction throughout the film.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think like there's an expectation in the beginning of like, oh, she's going to be my anchor. She's going to be my rock. If ever I step out of line or if ever I feel very stressed, I can rely on her. And then during the times when like stress is heightening, he's looking around and he's like, where the fuck is she?
Yeah, and she's just off
on this other side
getting flashed by Nicole or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Or wait, no, by Lonnie.
And like, oh my gosh, like, and now I feel like I can see like little bits of this clearly with like the girlfriend and like and like her just like, oh my god, I'm trying to help but like I can't, and that's her arc, is realizing I can't help everybody,
right,
but I am here whenever someone needs me, and I need to let people come to me rather than me trying to fix everything.
Yeah,
and that's just like her small arc.
Or on top of that, her arc maybe starts with I'm here to help everyone all the time.
Yeah.
To I need to focus on the people who are important to me, and I need to go back to helping my boyfriend because I've abandoned him.
I realize this is a little bit of a sticky situation, yeah. But then there's also that like, and let me know if this is getting way too complicated, but there's also like that moment of like, okay, yes, I realized I pushed you into something that I didn't want, or that you didn't want to do. Mm-hmm. I see that now, and that's my mistake. But you can't blame me for your father's death,
being dead,
because like he was already dead, like that was already a thing,
right?
And there's just like a level of like, you know what, we were both pushing a boundary here. Right. Let's figure this out together. Yeah, let's move on together.
And they have a stronger relationship after it. Yeah, they stay together. Right?
Yeah, that's my goal.
For sure. And that leads us into the sequel.
Yeah, exactly. The Brink Man too.
Yeah.
Over the brink.
Over the brink. It's still falling. Based on our previous conversations, I really see this character like that. Just like wants to be helpful, maybe a little too helpful at times, right. Pushing boundaries, and eventually come to an understanding of like, hey, I realize I'm a little much. I need to tone it back.
Right. Should we do her stats?
Thank you. Yeah, I think so. So
thank you.
No, yeah, I was literally just about to say that.
Oh, okay.
High charisma?
Yeah. High charisma, yep.
Well, I'm just going to max her out at 10 on charisma.
Go for That's fair. Yeah. I feel like she's kind of lucky.
Yeah. I think so too.
Well, hold on. Let me I would say a 5 on luck. And the reason why I say that is because like majority of her interaction is going to be with Nicole.
True.
And that is not going to be a lucky.
And that's not lucky.
Yeah. Like that's Nicole's gonna like unleash it all. It seems like there's I imagine like pent up aggression.
Yeah,
I'm for it because things do tend to work out for her, but she, like we've kind of said, ends up making a lot of bad calls that land her in bad situations. And so I'd say that's a wash on luck.
Good intentions, bad calls.
For those listening, we're doing the stats from 0 to 10 on the D&D sheets with strength. We've changed dexterity to luck, a little more applicable. Constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. So her intelligence is probably fairly low.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Low intelligence, higher wisdom.
Maybe? I think maybe vice versa, actually. Because like the wisdom, she's smart enough to understand that like someone needs help, but not wise enough to understand how to help them in the way that's appropriate.
Those are always such a hard distinction.
They are.
I think they should be kind of low. Both should be kind of low for her.
I mean, that's fair. She kind of has better intentions than she has the ability for.
Like, she leads with her charm.
Right.
Really, though? I don't know. I guess I just don't want to make this character dumb. That's it. Just put it into dumb scenarios.
I think dumb is fun, though.
Yeah, but... And maybe that's my darling that I had to kill.
And maybe it's mine.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that dumb is the wrong word. I think you need to start thinking of it as naive. And then it'll feel better.
That feels right. That does feel right. So I guess like someone who's naive, do they have
wisdom?
Low wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like a 2 on wisdom.
2 on wisdom. I would say, I wouldn't say she's the smartest person in the world.
Right.
She's definitely, I would say like a 5 or 6 in intelligence.
That's what I was thinking.
I was going to say 4, so let's go 5.
Yeah.
Constitution, she's...
Fuck Constitution. Constitution is my least favorite.
I feel like
Is she hardy?
What does that mean? Is she hardy, like chili?
What does that mean? Yeah.
Hardy
or hearty?
Hardy. Hardy. Can she like take an emotional beating? You know, does she bounce back? Does she stand up after she gets knocked down?
I feel like emotionally she does because she works with kids.
Yeah.
Like she has to be patient.
Yeah.
You know, she has to like not take those beatings, but like I mean like kids are assholes.
So. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a cleric, I think you're just inherently like willing to like put yourself through some shit.
Yeah, kind of fairly like altruistic.
Right.
So like a 6 constitution.
Yeah, 6 or 7, yeah.
She's got some backbone to her.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, strength is kind of the same in her case. Like, I mean, I don't know, maybe a low strength because I picture her just kind of like this, not like frail, but
small.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, like a 3 strength, just kind of. Yeah. A little lady.
She's definitely not lifting weights.
Yeah, for sure. So we have a 3 in strength, a 5 in luck, kind of a wash in luck, a 6 constitution, you know, she's able to get back up, decently intelligent at a 5, low wisdom because she's naive as hell, and a 10 on charisma because she just comes in with a smile, tries to light up the room, does her thing.
Can I debate that strength one really quick?
Absolutely.
She's healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she's like super healthy. Not
True.
super healthy, but like she's like into like
she's conscious of her diet.
Yeah, so maybe strength is a little bit higher than that.
Bump that up to a 4.
Yeah, like 4 or 5. I would say 5 as an even because she's not trying to be buff. She's just trying to like.
She's more fit.
Wants to be
strong.
Wants to feel energized.
Right.
I'll give her a 5.
Okay.
So she has 3 5s and a 6. She's a fairly like well balanced, but not extraordinary. And then a drop in wisdom for her naivete and a boost in charisma for her charm.
Yeah.
I support that.
Yeah.
The last kind of box that we have to fill out are her bonds. You know, what are the things that she kind of feels connected with?
And we're not talking necessarily about people, are we? Or are we talking more of like her values?
Both.
So I guess she obviously has like a bond to her boyfriend, to the main character. And I would say, although the family doesn't know her, I think they've been dating long enough where, one, she feels comfortable meeting the family in these very weird circumstances. And 2, she's willing to be this anchor for this character in the beginning.
Right.
Because I feel like that takes a lot, you know. I'm not going to go to someone's family gathering and say, like, yep, I'm going to be there for you no matter what if I've only dated them for like a month.
If we're just fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Going into this, I think.
Good and a little bit of time has been put into it.
Definitely.
It's been invested.
Yeah.
And they're in love?
I would say so.
Yeah, sure.
I would say they...
Who fucking cares?
Who fucking cares?
That's fair. Now that we've explored her a little bit more, how do we feel about a name?
I honestly wouldn't mind naming her Alice. If we wanted to keep the Alice name in there. It's not...
That's fair. I was thinking that.
What I associate that name with originally is different because, again, like I thought of like Alice in Wonderland and super trippy. But I also see that name as very...
Sweet.
Very sweet. I've met one Alice in my entire life, and she was one of the kindest people I've ever met.
Nice.
Alice is fun. I was thinking like Jess.
Oh, Jess.
Like something just like small and
Jess
sweet.
is too badass, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
I was kind of thinking maybe like an older name. Maybe like...
Franny.
Oh, Francie. That's Franny's our cat's name.
Yeah.
I was like... I don't like this name, but like my initial thought was like Clarice. Like something that kind of has like that feel of like being like kind of older values.
Janice.
No, Janice is yucky. But yes, like kind of that feel. I like Alice for her. If we want to do Lonnie for the sister.
Yeah. Well, I guess should we debate? Should we figure that out quick? I feel like that's kind of important.
I think Ronnie, Donnie, Lonnie, and Johnny is one of the funniest things we've come up with so far.
I agree.
I also love...
Also, that's proof at how not funny we are.
Haha, they rhyme.
We're like, that is the best thing we've ever come up with.
Rhymes, yay!
Although I do love, I don't think this is how it's going to happen, but I do love the idea of like introducing the family, and it's that quick cut of like my dad Ronnie, his son Donnie, my sister Lonnie, and my nephew Johnny, and it's like cut to all of them just like looking in the camera.
That's
like a bunch
how
of
I see it too. I totally see it that way.
And they're like, wait, you're kidding me, right?
I really wish I was.
And your name is Greg?
I think it'd be really funny if like the main character, when he does like explain his family, he uses like either like a formal name or like a shortened name. So like he's like, oh yeah, that's my father Ron. That's
Ronald,
that's my brother Don. That, you know, whatever. And
That
like,
still sounds stupid.
I know, but like he's trying to like play it up, and then the girlfriend's like, wait, hold on, you're telling me your family is Ronnie, Donnie, Johnny, and Lonnie? Like,
and then we can do those quick cuts.
Yeah.
I think we should do those quick cuts twice.
We can totally do that.
I think the intro should be that, and then like her being like, wait, is that their name? And have the main character be like, yes, Johnny, Donnie, Lonnie, and it like does the same cut.
Dude.
He's like, I've already explained this.
Yeah.
Ronald, Donald, Johnald,
Lonald.
and Lonald.
This is Lana.
I like Lonald.
Is Lonnie short for something?
I don't know. I just assumed Lana was like the short version of Lonnie.
Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah. I don't know.
I feel like Lonnie is a name.
I feel like I know Lonnie's definitely a name.
Maybe like Laura or something. I don't know. Nicknames are weird. People.
All of the Lonnies. Oh, Lonnie Anderson.
Yeah, let me look up a name of
Every Lonnie I saw was a man.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fair. The Lonnie I know is also.
Maybe.
Oh, Lonnie Anderson was married to Burt Reynolds?
That's why I was thinking like Lana, because I know that Lana's a name.
Yeah.
And like the father's just like, I just want to do it because it's a fun bit.
Right.
Leona, Leonie, or Apollonia.
Leonie.
Apollonia.
Do they know they're having a girl? Or is that a surprise?
I feel like the father. I don't know. Like I
think it could be a surprise.
I think it could be a surprise
for sure.
too.
I think they've had two boys.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like,
It
it's probably going to be another boy, and then it's a girl.
It could be funny to think that like they thought she was a boy,
and then she comes out lesbian. Yeah,
Dude's got a wicked dick.
We thought she was a boy, but turns out that was just the finger.
Just a really small penis on that one.
It's incredible. The penis fell off.
We thought it would come back in puberty, and it just never did.
That's how that works, right?
Right, for sure.
What about Zoe?
Oh, that's a cute name.
For the girlfriend.
Yeah.
I like Zoe.
That is cute.
Zoe is a good name.
Yeah. I like her. I like Zoe.
Yeah.
I think she's a fun energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think she'll be a fun mix into this group. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my god, I don't wanna.
Do you guys want to talk about our main boy?
Let's do it.
The one and only.
Main character.
Monty.
Because he gets the money. So off the bat, I guess, should we just do the stats quick? Just to see where we gauge all and
let's see how different all of our views are before we start.
Sure. Yeah, let's start with stats. What do you think is his biggest stat, his strongest suit?
I think intelligence is his strongest suit.
I agree.
I was gonna say that too.
Sweet.
Okay, cool.
I think he's very smart to see how his family life's a little bit fucked up, but he's not wise enough to understand how to go about resolving those past traumas and moving forward.
Yeah. But he still has kind of like a world knowledge, at least enough to like spur him wanting to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
So like a 8 intelligence and like a 6 wisdom.
Yeah.
Or something.
I can vibe with that.
What is his worst stat? Our main character.
I think Can you read them off to me again?
Yeah. We have strength, luck, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma.
I would say luck.
I would say constitution.
I was going to say charisma.
Really?
Interesting.
Let's explain. Let's hear yours. Why do you say?
Sure. Well, we've always kind of viewed him as, and I think in our early conversations, I was thinking charisma was one of his best because he is kind of this like silver-tongued, sarcastic, like willing to say anything and is charming enough to kind of get away with it. But I wonder if it's like more funny that he is sarcastic and kind of sharp-edged, but doesn't get away with it. And is just kind of like prickly, like he freaks out and no one really
cares.
Yeah.
Like, so he's Mulder, but he's not charming.
But now that I'm saying it, that's less fun.
I don't know. I feel like that could be fun. I feel like that could bring us to a level of like, I think I'm better than you. And then like everyone in the family is like, well, no, you're not.
Right. I mean, I think, yeah, he must have some of that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Does he have friends?
I think he has friends. I guess I imagine him charming to like every other interaction he has, but when it comes to his family, it's just dead in the tracks because there's that just past, there's like a level of like I am done with these people, so I'm good.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not actively trying to be invested into their world, so there's no charm.
Yeah.
The charm gets cut off.
Yeah.
And maybe it's, he makes these like snarky comments that are meant to be, really digging, but they come off as so like, they're never really received. Like they're just kind of like, oh, haha, you're joking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's part of his low charisma is like not being able to like communicate his actual frustrations.
Yeah. I could see that a lot.
And maybe that's a more comment on the world around him, but.
Yeah.
So maybe that's another situation where inside of the family dynamic, he's not charismatic, but in the outside world, he's charismatic.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and that would make sense, too, on like why he prefers the outside world over his family as well. Not just like the past traumas, but like because the outside world, he's able to be his own person and feel like he can be charismatic. He can like, try to think of like the best way to say this. He can convince people to like be around him.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that. So
yeah, things must be going well enough socially in the real world that he doesn't feel the need to fall back on his family.
Yeah. So like a 6,
like
a high charisma outside, like 8.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if the girlfriend is so charismatic.
Yeah. And that's something that they could get from their father too. Like all of them, like all the kids are just very charismatic, except for the mother.
The real salesman.
They are, honestly.
Yeah. They learned that look at that, guys. We're putting the puzzles together.
See, this is it.
Putting the puzzles together, putting the pieces together.
You got to put a puzzle together.
Exactly.
And then like a 3 charisma inside the family. 2.
Yeah.
2. I stand by a Constitution being his worst one, though.
Explain that one for me,
please.
Because I think that his life wasn't that bad. I think that his life growing up wasn't that bad. I think he always had money. I think he had a family who, like, even though they were crazy, were, like, always together. I think that he, like, has a pretty respectable life, but he's, like, God, I fucking hate this.
True.
I could see
like, what you said earlier about, like, how, like, if somebody punches him, is he gonna get back up? And I don't think he would. I think he would just, like, stay in the fetal position.
And he just flick him off from the ground.
Yeah.
I could see him staying in the fetal position, not necessarily feeling physically hurt, similar to what you're saying, but yeah, but just stewing in like the fact that someone even punched him.
He gets caught up in the past.
Yeah.
Because you punched me, how dare you're dead to me.
Right.
Gets caught up with like the just the damage that's like given, not necessarily the damage itself, but like the fact that like this human damaged them to begin with,
Right. He can't let anything go.
Yeah.
He can't forgive and forget.
Yeah. I wrote down hold a grudge.
Yeah.
So like a 0 constitution.
Well, I mean, he...
I would say so. I would say like 2
1
or 3.
That matches his low charisma.
Yeah.
That's fair.
2.
What was the other thing you said?
Strength?
I said he had low strength, and that's similar to like what your logic is. Except, just very weak. Just very weak. Very weak in his own right. Whatever that means. And again, it doesn't have to be necessarily like physically weak. Just like weak-willed, weak to anger, like like anything can set him off, especially with the family.
Yeah.
Not everything sets him off. I don't want him to like come off as like abusive or anything. But like just very like like when it comes to his family, like just weak and like doesn't want to do anything with it, and holds that grudge.
Yeah.
I can see that. Can I counter that?
Yeah.
You kind of opened by saying, it's similar to what Maddie just said about Constitution. And I wonder if, kind of that argument that you made could be brought into like how we think about his Constitution, and maybe he does have a higher strength, because I think it's really funny to think about someone who's like strong, like emotionally, socially strong, and like comes out swinging, but they get one good hit and they're on the ground and they're like, okay, well, fuck you then.
Like Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, it's like, I'm here to fuck shit up. Ow, 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 fuck you. Okay, ow.
Okay, I can vibe with that.
So maybe he's got, maybe that's kind of
vetter.
Yeah.
Maybe that's kind of his like his temper, his fire.
Yeah.
He's like me.
His grudge.
I'm a mix of the main character and Lonnie.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. So what's your strength? Your inner fire.
My inner fire is pretty intense.
Yeah.
But I'm not strong.
Well,
mentally.
Strength isn't just your biceps,
No, well, I know. I'm not strong mentally.
Really? I disagree.
I hate being alive.
I think that lends itself, like I was saying, to kind of the Constitution.
Yeah.
Can't take the hit.
Although, like, I feel like... See, but like that's...
I love you.
See, like, But no, like, you're right, though.
That's crazy, though, because, like, I feel like you can take the hit. You just don't want to. Like there's a level of, like...
Apathy,
yeah. Like
feeling you don't deserve it.
You took the punches, and I feel like that's that's strength in itself.
That's
being
fair.
able to endure something you don't want to do just because, like,
life.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's actually fair.
Yeah.
I don't want to be doing this, but I go to work every fucking day that I have to. Yeah. Like, I do the shit that I have to, and I'm miserable about it the entire time, but I fucking do it.
Yeah.
So, I can see how that could be...
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, how that could be strength.
I feel like if things that I don't want to do, like, it takes me a lot to, like, push forward and get them done. So I don't see you like that at all.
Well, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And that's very nice.
I agree. You are strong. You're just very picky with what you...
I'm
actually
strong,
spend your
mean.
strength on.
Yeah.
Which I actually respect the hell out of.
Yeah, like
because I spend myself in too many places.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that our main character has a lot of that vibe too.
Yeah. So like a 6 to 8 in strength.
Yeah, sure. You guys really changed my mind about strength. That was good. That was some good teamwork.
Yeah.
I was like,
let's talk about this.
One.
Maddie, you're strong. Like, you're right. I am strong.
You're right. I
now
do
lift this fucking pipe.
I guess is it 7 then?
I would say a 6. I would say a 6.
Yeah.
Mentally strong. I don't think he's physically strong.
No, I think he's a tiny little boy.
Mm-hmm. But is he lucky?
No. Oh, God. But see,
he makes his own luck, I think.
I would think so, too. So I would say a 5 in luck. Because, sorry, I keep moving over here. I would say so, too. And I would say probably like a 5 in luck. Because I feel like being able to escape that, like, toxic family takes a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
Although, like, he is kind of a douche about it, there's still trauma. There's still things that, like, negatively affected him where he felt like, I need to be away from these people because I'm not being who I want to be when I'm around them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's, like, not unlucky, but not lucky. I think he's just totally...
So, like, a 5 then.
Yeah.
Like that mid-range of...
I think he makes his own luck. Mm-hmm. He tries to make his own luck, but his constitution is so low that he views his life as shitty, and so things don't really work out for him. Mm-hmm. And so, a wash on 5. This might be very defining. His class.
I would say wizard. And this is why I say a wizard. I feel like he really values education and credits education as his catalyst to move forward from his family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I think that's why he would find his girlfriend very attractive, because she's a teacher, you know?
Yeah.
That's what she's really passionate about, is learning and teaching and giving people that crutch. So I can really see like Wizard like being his.
I like that. And and for those out there who don't know, at least in the world of D&D, a wizard is defined by their ability to like build a book of spells, go out and learn and add to their repertoire. And I like that. I mean, he is kind of making his own way.
Yeah.
Going out into the world, building up and trying to define his own set of personality traits and abilities and all that.
Yeah. I would say he's not like gifted like a sorcerer. Like I feel like a sorcerer is like
they're
natural.
born with it.
Yeah. Like, I can, almost like a savant.
Yeah.
Just able to kind of do things.
Naturally talented.
Yeah, where a wizard had to like really work their way to getting where they are and to be considered strong.
Can I posit a fun alternative? What if he was a warlock? Someone who gets their magical powers from an otherworldly entity who, they've kind of entered this deal. They have this kind of toxic relationship, perhaps.
Is he a Jesus freak? Is that what you're going for?
Oh, God. Please, no.
I was thinking his otherworldly entity is his internal resistances, like his inner grudge, his inner rage. And like, that's what feeds him.
Yeah. The only thing I will, but now I think about that does make sense. In terms of like D&D, that would be the source of his magic,
Yes.
would be from that deity. And it would make sense that his grudge and his anger is what forced him to say, you know what, snuff this. Let's get out of here.
Gave him the power to leave.
Yeah, and like encouraged him to not go back.
And brings out this like sarcastic, prickly side of him.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah.
I really like Wizard
I
while
do
we're
too.
at it.
Yeah, they are so similar too.
It's true.
So it's like,
and the way that I've defined Warlock even is like similar to how we used Barbarian for the mother.
true.
And so
I could see Warlock.
I could see Warlock. I could also very much see Wizard too. I feel like the Wizard path is a little bit more pure of heart, a little bit more I guess just like less dirty.
Yeah, that's why I think that it's not him.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
and
I think that he's got a lot of like inner demons that are really like controlling what he is actually doing versus like, I'm gonna go off to school and I'm gonna have a great life and I'm gonna support myself. Like I feel like he's like, I'm going to school to get away from a situation that I'm in. That
makes sense.
So true.
Now that we're talking about it a little bit more, now that we're saying it out loud, I do see Warlock a little bit more than Wizard.
And that's a fun way to look at it.
It really is.
Yeah.
We're really going towards Warlock. I can see it.
Yeah, I feel Warlock a lot.
And I feel like with a Warlock, there is like this misconception of like them appearing evil when that's not necessarily the case. And I think that Donnie specifically kind of sees him as like this like wicked warlock of the family, trying to bring them down or whatever. Right. But in reality, he's just like, no, man, I'm just trying to like...
I'm just trying to do my thing, man.
I'm just trying to do my thing. I'm trying to like disassociate from everyone. I'm trying to get away from everyone.
Right.
And you guys feels like you guys are pulling me back or like, stop. True. I don't know.
Yeah, no, totally.
Huzzah, you guys.
We are finding this guy.
Found a string of this character.
I haven't, as we've been talking, I haven't really been writing down some of the more like fine details of like his personality and things like that. So if we want to run through kind of his personality traits, I mean, sarcastic.
I feel like we know all those things, which is kind of surprising and nice too.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a firm believer in his beliefs. Like, I think he believes the things he does, and he's very set on them.
Mm-hmm. It takes him a minute to see things in a different way.
Right. He's almost biased.
Yeah.
That could be a flaw.
What are some other personality traits?
I would say, I know we have to give him some positive ones, too, so we have to make our character somewhat likable. But just to throw out one more negative one, I would say he's a little ignorant. More ignorant than what he thinks he is.
Yeah. He's kind of built this own bubble for himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's funny.
Yeah.
I think that's a positive trait. Yeah.
He's charming.
Yeah.
He's smart.
It's very logical. In fact, I think the more we are thinking about this character, the more I'm thinking like, yeah, maybe engineer is like his career path that he wanted to go on. Because very, very, I don't know. I do want that conflict of like, I being like a little bit of an art douche and like everyone in his family is like, that's not practical.
I mean, maybe he's a writer.
Oh, he could totally be a writer.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. 100%. Writers are real depressed fucks.
Should we just...
and they really think that they see the world in the right way.
Yeah, they really think that they're like all-knowing.
Oh my god, can we like have him take like a sip of scotch and then like
comment
just,
on
cringe,
it?
Cringe like as he's taking a sip, but like he's talking about it constantly throughout, like how much he loves scotch.
He's like, no, I'm a connoisseur.
Yeah. I don't drink scotch, Donnie. I sample it. I embody it. I find out its flavors and I dissect it. And
I
then
live he takes scotch.
Yeah. This is bad though.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think he's kind of like if Hank Moody wasn't as like hot as he is.
I think we're just casting David Duchovny.
Yeah, literally.
Either from X-Files or Californication. Mm-hmm. This one a lot easier than we thought.
Yeah, what's his name?
See, we knew.
David.
David.
I could be down for David being his changed name.
Yeah, let's talk first about his like chosen name.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
So my thought of like the name that he chooses is something not only that's just like very different from his family's, but almost kind of doesn't stick out. You know?
Yeah, I think it's a really basic.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, I can imagine him
sticks
like,
out from his family, but blends into the world.
Yeah, yeah. I can almost see him too, like, although he is like charming and he is able to like make friends, he doesn't want to like be the star of the show.
Yeah.
You know? Or maybe he does.
No, I don't think he does. I think your description of being in Rat Race was like the perfect description because he's not the main guy, but he is like where our perspective is coming from.
Right.
He's the main character in basically only the sense that we're seeing the world through his eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not like the protagonist of the picture. He's
right.
I think he literally is the audience's surrogate in Rat Race. I mean, the film opens with him, and so we connect with him originally, but he is by far the most boring of the entire cast.
Get fucked.
And is not a protagonist. Like the story's not about him.
Right.
He's just kind of there, and like we keep returning to him and we see him change.
Right.
But beyond that, I mean, beyond just like him having main character written on his sheet, there's really nothing beyond that.
I guess the only reason why I say, and like I agree with everything you just said. And in fact, if that's like the direction we're going in, I'm fine with that. The only reason why I say maybe he does like to stick out a little bit is like that's part of the reason why he didn't like being in his family, because he kind of just blended in with everyone, and he felt like he never got the love and support that he felt like he deserved.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of just like pushed into the background. He's the middle child.
Yeah.
You're the middle child. You kind of, I mean, like not saying that like you are being pushed in the background, not saying your family does that, but you get like the idea of like there is characteristics of a middle child that more or less could be found in every other middle child that you see.
For sure. I actually love like that family psychology like way of thinking, like the first child, the middle child, the baby child, like you can see that dynamic across so many families.
Yeah.
I totally think that's true. And I wonder if, you know, living in a family with Big Brother Donnie and with Ronnie the Tire King over top of you, like you do feel kind of quiet and shadowed. And when he breaks out into the world, you know, maybe he wants to bring a bit of that essence of shining out, standing out, and like wanting to be somebody.
Yeah. Be someone a little bit more, not just the Tire King's son.
Yeah.
But to be David. But to be, you know, and I'm not saying like he's like going out like with his dick out and saying like, look at me, you know, he's
right. You know how people
jackass.
True.
Literally, that's their whole shtick.
And they kill it.
They do. But like not in that extreme level, but just more of like I want to establish myself as my own person.
Yeah.
And I don't want to blend in to the new family that I've found. I want to be a part of it. I just want to be my own self.
Yeah. And maybe that's a little bit of, you know, we've kind of been exploring. He goes out to build a life for himself and become his own person and really find that like independence that he's been searching for, but along that path ends up kind of embodying the things that he hates about his family.
Exactly.
And so like he does kind of go out and like becomes this like loud, not loud, but like sociable, charismatic,
loud personality.
Yeah, like just like his dad.
Yeah.
So let's name him John. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I could see David.
I also like David.
Yeah.
Not that I.
Elliot is kind of a good.
Elliot's a good name.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's different enough.
It's very different from Donnie, Ronnie, Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not like, it's not an uncommon name either.
It sticks out a little bit, but it's not, you know, something outrageous.
Yeah.
Elliot or David?
I do like Elliot.
I think I like David more.
You like David more?
Gosh.
I think David's a great name.
Yeah. I think David is a great name, too.
Just like in general.
It's just fucking religious.
It is religious.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. As I said.
It is I don't think he would pick a biblical... I don't know what the family's religious...
I don't think they're religious.
I guess the way I imagine it is how I see like every other Christian family out there who they're religious on Easter and Christmas.
Yep.
Right.
And like they say they have like Christian values and like whenever they can use Christianity to like strengthen their arguments, they're going to.
They're Christian on paper.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, fuck, what do they call that? There's a word for that. Like holiday Christians or something like that. That like literally only go to church on Christmas. I don't remember the term, but
I think holiday Christian sounds.
Yeah,
right.
That makes sense, yeah.
So yeah, I don't think he would pick a
biblical name now.
I don't know if he'd care though.
I would almost say that he's agnostic.
I don't think he would care enough to be like, oh, it's... And I also would like to wager that the name he goes by is his middle name.
I could see that.
So maybe David works.
Yeah, David works better as a middle name than Elliot does.
Yeah. Something David Brinkman.
It is cute how many like Easter eggs we have of people that we like.
Yeah.
Like we got Johnny Knoxville, we got David Duchovny.
So, gang, how does he fit into Ronnie, Donnie, and Lonnie?
Okay.
I don't think there's another name that ends like that.
By the way, I thought of another girl name.
Oh, yeah.
Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie.
Oh, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think Bonnie fits her, though?
Oh, my God. And then her nickname could be Bunny.
Oh, Bunny's cute.
That is.
Really?
Maddie hates it.
Really?
Oh, Bonneville.
I guess every time I think of Bunny, I just think of Bunny the lifeguard. Which I don't love.
Oh.
I don't...
Fair.
Who's Bunny the lifeguard?
It's Chris Pontius's alter ego.
Where he wears like the ruffled bikini top and bunny ears and big sunglasses.
Yeah, and a Speedo.
I think
sex icon.
Yeah, I just think Bunny because one, it's cute. I imagine little sister like really enjoying being like cutesy tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like although she really enjoys like you know like pink and bows and all that jazz, she's also a little bit of a grunge kid.
Yeah. I mean, I think that like Bonneville is kind of a cool like cyberpunk name
That's
too.
the name of a car.
I think that's what Bonnie is short for.
Yeah.
Is it Bonneville?
Mm-hmm. We're talking about the younger sister,
Lonnie.
I just thought of the name when I was thinking of like the name for the
same
middle child, and I'm like, Ani. Bonnie. Oh, that's a girl's name. Bonnie.
I personally really don't like Bonnie.
I think Lonnie's a great name.
We could do Lonnie, yeah, exactly.
I think Lonnie's kind of a cool name for her, like how I picture her.
Okay.
I think she could rock it. It's like Lottie. Like Lottie is like
It's a great name.
a name that may sound kind of boring or like weird, but when you see it on a certain person, it's like, oh, yeah, I totally get Lottie.
Got some badass vibes to it. It's like a cross between like badass and cutesy.
Yeah.
Which works well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what are some... Let's just go through the alphabet. Oni, Connie, Fani, Iani.
Mani.
I don't know if there's another
What have
one.
we done to ourselves?
Maybe they just ran out of names.
Zani.
What if he's also Johnny?
Oh.
You know, I was going to say that because if he doesn't go by it, then I could see the brother being like, well, I'm going to name a kid Johnny then. But
Yeah, you're not using it.
yeah.
That's true.
I do still think it's funny to imagine that, like, from the get-go, he was the black sheep, and he doesn't have a name that fits in.
That would be funny.
That is funny.
Like, I think that is pretty defining to do, like, well, this is Donnie, this is Johnny, this is Lonnie, and this is David.
Yeah.
He has never been included in our family.
Yeah.
Like, he has never fit in as well, and we knew that from the very beginning.
I could see that. I guess I also did like the idea of him changing his name because that like just further cements wanting that separation.
Right.
But like again, like that's a darling. If I need a kill, I'll kill it.
Is that too much information to try to fit into a short film?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think if he just goes by David or whatever, and then at some point
The brother, like Johnny,
the
was
brother like refers to him as Johnny, and it's like, oh, what?
Yeah, and like I can see that's like a fun reveal for like the girlfriend, like Johnny. He's like, yeah, dude, like, yeah, whatever. We're da. But
maybe not.
It's a dumb name. I wanted to change it a long time ago. Like, everyone in school kept making fun of our family, and I can also see Donnie like saying like everyone in our school kept like praising how great our names were.
The kids at school loved us because we just had great names.
But again, like I think either or does work.
Yeah.
I'm definitely just trying to find like the route that like could be the more comedic one.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't think...
Then most comedic, it's pretty funny that they just named him something different.
Yeah, I think that's funnier.
Like, what if they were like, we want a boy and we want a girl? And the second boy came out and they're like, okay, well, fuck him.
Yeah.
David, I guess.
Right, like,
name.
he's totally a mistake. Right?
And then they tried again for a girl and they got Lonnie and she was...
Right.
And we're back.
I feel like they were... Donnie and David are both mistakes, but Lonnie was planned.
Yeah,
Lonnie,
that's fair.
Again, like Lonnie is the prize.
The baby.
Yeah, she's the prize that Donnie wants to be.
Yeah.
And she hates it.
Yeah, exactly.
What a tangled web we weave.
We really, no kidding.
Yeah, see, who needs plot? I'm just enjoying hanging out with this family.
Yeah, like, see how much, like, plot will fall into place.
I'm so
like,
excited.
Based on just knowing these characters so well.
I think it's going to be so funny if, like, 20% of this and gets into the short film.
See, that's the thing. Is like so much of this is just going to be like off camera within their motivations and just like build them into a round character that will guide us towards writing them and like knowing how they're going to interact.
Right. You have to know everything about the character before you start
before you can write anything about them.
But but it helps.
I mean, it
helps super hard. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it does.
And that's what we're trying to do is figure out how can we get through this process where we're all on the same page as we're getting a little deeper down into the story. And I think this is a good way of doing that.
Yeah.
David?
I'm saying David.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that he was born as David.
Yeah, they named him David because I think it's great that they like they were also kind of into this nuclear family and they're like, we want a boy and a girl. And the second boy came around and they're like,
well, David.
Fuck him. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And that is funny to like imagine being like a 4-year-old And having everyone else in your family have the same name but you.
Sorry. That's another thing I was going to go for. It could also be like a potential touching moment to like say his father decided to name him David after like a war friend or something, or like after like a really close friend from his childhood,
or the assistant at the tire shop.
Oh, the assistant at the tire shop,
or like general manager of the tire shop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. But like David never knew that like that was like a particular that was like a special name for him.
Yeah, that the name actually like meant something to the dad.
Yeah. Not just a bit.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That would be cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top of that, just to like continue the brainstorm, where my mind went when you said it could be a touching moment, could be like even like all throughout his life he saw this as kind of a like fuck you from his parents as a unit. What if like at one point he's like hugging his mom and she like says something that only he can hear, and she's like, I wanted to name you Johnny. And she's like, that would be touching. You are my son.
Yeah.
And it's like only he hears it and only he like kind of gets that. But
to play off that idea, it'd be funny if like he heard it but like couldn't believe it, that he was like, wait, what'd you say?
I don't think the mom would say that.
No, you're probably right.
Yeah,
I think she's stone cold.
She's stone cold killer.
So I think she's stone cold Steve Austin.
On the opposite side, I think it'd also be funny too if like everyone else was named after very important people. They just so happened to like end with an Ronnie, and then like they just got his name out of a baby book.
Yeah, it was the first one. Oh, I should tell.
It would be Aaron. That'd be so funny. It was the first one out of a baby book.
Wait.
Is Aaron the first name?
It's AA.
Yeah, so probably.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They found a baby book.
That might be
Aaron David.
What if they still pick it out of a baby book? They just like flip to a random page and like point down and
that could totally be fine too.
Yeah, I like David more than Aaron,
and I think that is funny. I think the joke of getting it from a baby book can still work.
Yeah, for sure.
If it's not the first name.
Yeah, because it was the first. Maybe they had a whole baby book about names start with D.
It'd be funny if like they said they got it out of a baby book, but it wasn't a baby book. Like we did like a quick like cut over of like them throwing like I don't know,
like GQ or some like dirty magazine.
It's David Duchovny, Sexiest Man.
It's a takeout menu called like a
David's Restaurant,
China Dave's restaurant, which by the way is an actual restaurant. It's called China Dave's.
Yo.
Funny.
Yo. So what if, this is, they were pregnant a while ago and, maybe they didn't know the sex of the kid before it was born. Uh-huh. And so they were hoping, praying, wishing for a girl, and were all locked and loaded with Lonnie. And then out pops some stupid thing with a penis. And maybe Ronnie had like gotten takeout from like fucking China Dave's or something.
Yeah.
And that's why like I don't know, Dave. He's
eating China Dave's as she's giving birth.
Shit, what do we name him? I don't know, Dave.
No, I think he's at the tire business while she's giving birth.
That's fair.
I could see that.
This is such a...
They're both at the tire business.
The hospital costs money. This place is free.
Yeah, she gives birth right into a tire.
She shoots it through a tire on its way out.
Hey, don't forget to hose that out. That's high thread, buddy.
Yeah, I'm still selling that.
But what if like okay. Again, adding a little bit more touching moments. What if
no?
Just kidding. What if she did give birth on a tire. What if he kept what if he kept that tire?
Gross.
Okay. The scenario is gross in general. But like what if he like kept that tire in his office?
No, he doesn't. He does not. Are you crazy, man? He
just a swarm of red.
Yeah, never watched it. Oh my god, this is like Balzac and the Chinese seamstress. That's a deep cut. Who else read that in 7th grade? Comment below.
Yeah, I'm definitely not commenting. I have no idea what that is.
Oh no, that was sophomore year, 10th grade. Whoever read that in 10th grade.
What was it called?
Comment Balzac and the little Chinese seamstress.
Hold on, can we wrap? Is this going to be in the podcast still?
Maybe we should wrap.
Okay.
Because can we wrap this up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I think we found our cast of characters. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think we found our cast.
We've got a family here.
I think we're on the same page. I think we all are feeling these people. And I think that we're going to put them in some god-awful situations and it'll be funny.
And now we know so much about them, and I'm so excited to just learn how they interact and all this stuff. And I think at this point, we have an idea of who they are, and we can start to really look at what story they're going to tell, what plot lines start to...
Oh, shit. Yeah. Next episode, we're probably totally going to have to talk about plot.
Actually, the next episode will be our 10th episode.
Yeah!
And we were thinking, as a way to celebrate, we decided to do something fun for a change. We're going to give this process a little bit of a break, and we're going to be doing movie commentary. We'll be playing a movie chosen by you, the viewers. So we're just going to be watching the movie and giving a little bit of a commentary as we go through it, something that you, the viewer, could watch yourselves. And until then, pause for room tone.